What is up, guys? So in this video, I want to give you about 6 reasons why you're most likely going to fail in business. Stay tuned. All right, guys. So as I said, I want to give you some reasons why you're probably going to fail in business, why most people fail in business, why I have failed in business in the past, and things I'm learning from and things that I'm still learning and trying to apply. I just want to get into it. So these are 6 things that are gonna, if you apply these things, then obviously you will have a higher chance of succeeding in business. And the reason why I'm putting out this video is because I know a lot of people follow my channel and many other channels because they want to learn a certain business or whatever it might be, or you're on here searching for an opportunity. And so I just want to get into it because I think it's gonna be really valuable for a lot of guys who are just getting into entrepreneurship, or maybe you've been in business for a while, but you just haven't seen much success from it. These are probably some factors that are playing a part in why you're not seeing success in business. So with no further ado, number 1 reason why you're probably not going to be successful in business is because you're chasing an opportunity. You're chasing money, or they call it the shiny object syndrome. See, a lot of people, many people get into business for different reasons. One reason may be, which is the most popular reason, is because you need to make money. You're looking for another way to make money. Maybe your job isn't working out, whatever it might be. So what literally happens is that people, they didn't go opportunity searching, right? So they come across, say, my channel, and they see pressure washing, and they see what kind of money can be made in pressure washing. So boom, they just say, I'm going to choose pressure washing because they're making good money in that. Or, it might be, I'm gonna go with carpet cleaning because people are making good money in that. Well, here's the truth, guys. There are winners and losers in every single industry. There are some people that are making money in pressure washing. There are some that are not. There are some people who are making money in carpet cleaning. There are some that are not. There are people who are making money tinting windows. There are some that are not. The truth is, you can be successful in any industry you choose. But my advice to you is don't go, chasing a business just because you see that somebody's making money in it, because that does not mean that you will have success in it. A lot of guys, like I said, come to this channel, see that the money can be made in pressure washing, and go out and start a pressure washing business. Pressure washing might not be a huge market where you're at. And that's just being honest. So you want to do your research, but a lot of times people don't think about those things because they're just chasing the money. And I tell you, the money, I understand it. Like in the beginning, you really need the money. So you're chasing, you're going after, you're just looking for anything to pay bills. But in the long term, it has to be more meaningful than just money. And this is going to lead me into point number 2 is what happens is when you're just chasing the money is the factor why most people fail is that you're not actually learning, right? Yes, you can start a pressure washing business or any business and go out and make money, right? You can go stop people at stoplights and scrub their windows and make some money. But you're always going to be in that same position. A lot of people, it's called, chasing their own tail. You're never able to get ahead because you're only making the money. And what happens when you're only chasing the money? You'll go out, you'll do a job. You don't care about the results. You don't care if the customer's happy. After they pay you, you may never contact them again. Even if you mess up and they try to reach you, you don't care because you've already gotten paid. So you're just collecting your check and moving to the next one. And that's why a lot of guys stay small and never have any success in business, is because they aren't learning the craft. And one of the biggest things I've learned is to become a constant student. And by always being a student, you will eventually develop expertise. And that being an expert is really subjective, right? But the way you develop expertise is by studying and really becoming a student and diving into whatever industry you're in. So go as deep as possible, learn as much as you can, but learn. I see in so many different groups I'm in, which is another tip, is join some groups to really learn, find your niche or whatever. Join a group and just dig through the group, use the tab search bar. And before you even go ask questions, you can literally use the search bar because most of the chances are someone's already asked that question before. But if you aren't becoming a student, you're never gonna get ahead. That's why even in this industry of pressure washing, there's so many people, the knowledge varies so much. There's some people who will see red dirt stains and tell the customer, oh, that doesn't come out. Well, it does. You just don't have the education in it. And so the guy who said it can't come out is just, Joe Smo with a pressure washer who's just trying to get a paycheck so he can go, move on to the next thing. He doesn't care about the customer. He doesn't care about the craft. He's only chasing the money. So 1, is don't chase the money. It's going to get old. 2, perfect your craft. Become an expert if you're going to do anything, right? Whatever you're in, learn as much as you can. Deep dive. Okay, so number 3 is not being adaptable. In business entrepreneurship, we all have to be very adaptable. Yes, you could be doing something for 35 years and boom, it changes. And if you don't know how to adapt, it's going to wipe you out. You're going to lose. And that's why many businesses have gone out of business in the past, and even during this whole chaos that's happened this year, is that if anything this year should have taught you to become adaptable. The shutdown, so many different things have happened this year that have affected entrepreneurs, business owners in a negative way, but it's helped some in a positive way. And those are the ones who helped in a positive way were ones who are adaptable. Like, for example, restaurants. A lot of restaurants really suffered. The ones who did better were who adapted quickly and really learned the game of delivery and online food service. And so when you adapt quickly, you're able to adjust in any market, right? And if that's really the name of the game, if you can last throughout different markets, ups and downs, that's a sign of a solid business, is being adaptable. So whether you've been doing something for a long time, just don't get stuck in your ways. Be willing to change and seek out counsel or mentorship to be able to shift and become a better business owner and adapt to the times that you're currently in. So that's number 3. Number 4 is you're not in it for the long term. I get it. And that kind of goes back to number 1, is being it for the money. If you're not in it for the long term, you're going to lose, because business is full of ups and downs. You can have a good month in business. You can have a bad month. And if the bad month hits you and then you get all down on yourself and you quit, you're never going to seek success, because so many people don't stay in business long enough to actually see the result through or anything. They'll be presented an opportunity. They'll do it, kind of half effort for a little bit, maybe a couple weeks, a month. Oh, they're not seeing, millions of dollars coming in. Oh, I quit. And then they move on to the next thing. So whatever business you choose or whatever industry you want to go in, be in it for the long term, right? Be willing and tell yourself in advance that whether in the beginning, whether I'm, getting business or whatever, I'm going to keep working at this long enough. And at minimum, guys, it's going to teach you, you're going to learn a lot of lessons. Even if you stay in it for a few years and you don't get the results you wanted, I guarantee by the end of that time you would have learned. But you're never going to learn anything if you're constantly just dipping your toe in and pulling it out. You're never going to be able to get adjusted to the water. It's like a cold pool, right? The best thing to do with a cold pool is just to jump in that mug. If you just stick your toe in, you're going to be like, oh, this is too cold. And you're never actually going to, be able to get the effect and get adjusted to the water. The only way to adjust to the water is to jump in that mug. You cannot stick your toe in business. So, once you commit to it, really commit to it. Now, if you're just losing money's going out the window month after month, then maybe you need to stop and reevaluate and see what's going on. But when I say be committed to the journey, the ups and downs, or what Gary Vee calls the dirt. You have to be willing to eat dirt for a long time in entrepreneurship. You're not, a lot of people, you see somebody who's making 6 figures, and that's what's being shown to you. And so you get in business, you want to make 6 figures, but what you don't know is all the lessons and failures it took for them to make the 6 figures. There's no such thing as an overnight millionaire. I think there's a saying that goes, I forget who said it, but it said it took me a lifetime to become an overnight millionaire, right? Nobody sees all the work you're putting in on the back end, or all the work it takes, or all the failures, or all the sleepless nights, or all the headaches that comes with, starting a business. But one day they see you in the nice car, or, they see you're making X amount of dollars, and overnight. No, nothing happens overnight, right? So that is a very, very crucial point to make, is a lot of people are looking for instant gratification, get rich quick. It does not happen that way. So if that's what you're looking for, then, go play the lottery or something. But business isn't for you, because yes, you can make money quickly by knowing the right principles and being able to scale quickly. But the chances of you just getting in business in the next, in a month or two that you're a millionaire is probably not going to happen. So hate to break it to you, but you got to stick with it for a long time to see some results. Number 5 is mindset. And this mindset kind of sums up a lot of the things I just talked about, because when you go into business, you have to really take control of your mindset, because what's going to happen is in entrepreneurship and anything in life, honestly, any endeavor, there's risk. And with risk, a lot of times comes failure and fear. And if you let those two things control you, or scarcity, right? You have to control your mindset, because If you enter any business and there's competition, in many different markets, there's some businesses that are less competitive, but sometimes that's a bad sign, because if there's no competition, there might not be a market for it. But depending on what industry you're in, it can get very competitive, right? And so automatically, if you're focused on competition, your mindset isn't under control. You're gonna be thinking about scarcity. Oh, what if there's not enough customers, and oh, there's too much competition, and I'm not gonna be able to pay my bills. I'm not gonna be able to get enough customers, and blah, 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 right? You have to, the same way you work out your body, the same way that you take care of everything else, you have to take care of your mind, right? You have to do daily push-ups with your mind. And the way you do that is listening to certain things, changing what you're listening to. Really important one is changing the way you talk to yourself, mental override. There's a powerful book that I have somewhere around on my desk called The Power of Subconscious Mind, and I highly recommend it to you. I actually probably link it in the description below. Read that book. Learn how to take control of your subconscious mind and how you're talking to yourself. And because what happens is, in the mental, you think of something, right? Say you're thinking of a business idea, and then you're excited about it, and you really think it can work. And chances are, if you believe it can work, it can. I guarantee that. And that's not hippy dippy motivational Tony Robbins stuff. That's literally how life works. Everything starts in this idea, and by the mental strength and you backing it up with constant, positive gratification with what you want to do. So really putting positivity behind what you want to do. And I say positivity, I don't just mean like, I'm really not talking about hippy dippy. I mean like putting the work in type thing. So when you have an idea, you got to nurture it. You got to water it. Just like if you had a plant, right? You got to find good soil. Then you got to take care of it. You got to nurture it and all these different things. Same thing with your ideas and your mental capacity. A lot of times people have an idea, they'll be excited about it, then they'll go talk to some friends and family, and they'll be like, oh, that's probably not going to work. There's too much competition. Oh, Jimbo and then tried the business and it didn't work out. They failed. They didn't succeed. And so you hear that, right? And if you have a weak mindset, you're going to take what they just said, and people who never have accomplished anything in their life, you're going to listen to them, and that's what you're going to base it off of. And then you're going to feed into the fear of your mind. And guess what? You're going to quit. You're never going to go for it. So many people don't even try or even give the idea a chance. It's killed in the mind. 99% of ideas are killed right here. Not by actually putting the money up and trying the business. Yes, that's meaningful if you actually take that step. But many people kill the idea right here because their mindset is weak. They go talk to weak mindset people who have never accomplished anything in their life. They listen to those same people who've never done anything, and they tell themselves, you know what? Oh, you're right. This probably will fail. Oh, you know what? I probably won't succeed. You know what? They're probably right. Stop listening to people who've never done anything, right? At some point, you got to wake up and be willing to take a risk and go out and try something, because here's one thing that I live by. And even I tell myself, I'm like, Zay, you got to take more risk, right? Stop living in fear, because whether you play life safe or whether you don't, guess what? You're going to die. Boom. I said it. We're all going to die. Death is guaranteed, right? Millionaire status isn't guaranteed. Good health isn't guaranteed. A good meal, good weather is not guaranteed. But guess what? Death is. Death has all of our names, right? So whether you live the safest, most, cautious life, you have the safest job, you have whatever, everything is safe. You never take any risk. You never, you don't want to fly in a plane, whatever it is. You play life safe. Guess what? You're still going to meet the end. And I'm saying that to get in your head that, listen, what are you afraid of, right? Stop being afraid of something that's guaranteed. That time's going to come for all of us. So I'm telling you this to not play a safe life. Why would you want to live a boring and safe life? You have one chance on earth, right? And there's levels to life, and there's many things you can do. You can really do anything you want in life if you're willing to put the work in, constantly learn, and really just go for your dreams, that it can happen. It's not going to happen once again. It's not instant gratification. It's not going to happen overnight, right? If it takes you 30 years to become a millionaire, so what, right? What's the alternative? What is the alternative? What do you have to lose is what I'm trying to tell you guys, right? And tell myself, right? Overcoming fear. So mindset is super, super important. You got to feed your mind. You got to nurture it. So that means protecting your atmosphere, protecting your circle. Who's around you, right? Who's around you? Some of you guys are being beat down by your own partners. Maybe it's the marriage. Your own partner isn't even supporting you. Maybe it's the friends. You're hanging around people who've been doing the same thing in their life for 30 years, 40 years. And when I mean the same thing, I mean they haven't progressed and they haven't changed and they haven't gotten any better. If that's who you're around, chances are you're the average of the people you hang around, right? And these things aren't just sayings, they're truth. You're feeding yourself garbage. You're watching Fox News or whatever news. It's all garbage. You're watching it every day, and that's dictating your mind. And if there's one thing you can get from this video, guard your mindset, guard your mental. That literally determines everything. Everything starts up here. Everything. $1 million starts up here. Have an idea, you got to feed it, go out, put the work in, all that stuff. But everything starts up here. You think, as you speak, as you do, right? But it's not as you do, as you think, as you speak. That's opposite. You think it first, then you do it, or you speak it, then you do it, right? So, mindset is one thing that no matter if you're 10 years old, 12 years old, 15 years old, 25 years old, 50, 60, 70 years old, it's not too late to control your mindset and really tap into this thing, right? However much time you have left, nobody knows, but live the life you want to live. Take control of it. It's a journey. It's not a race. It's not a sprint, but accomplish what you want to accomplish in life. And so figure that out. Take out a piece of paper, write down your goals, write down your ideas, and figure out what the heck do I want to do with my life. A lot of you guys, a lot of people, a lot of population is miserable in what they're doing, unhappy, in careers they hate, not making the money they want to make. And I'm not knocking anybody, right? It's just the reality. Change your reality, because reality is different for everyone, right? Those are the main things I wanted to share with you all. And so I figured, we end on mindset because that's a super important one. It's honestly one of the most important ones. But if you guys can get these things early on, I know a lot of guys who watch this are younger than me, and I'm only 23, which people tell me, oh, 23 is young. That's cool. But if you can get this stuff younger, the younger you get it, the younger you apply it to your life, the faster you'll get to where you want to go. And that's called shortening the gap, right? It doesn't take 30 years to make $1 million. It doesn't take 20 years to make $1 million. It doesn't even take a year to make $1 million, right? You can make $1 million in 7 months if you have the right path, if you have the right vehicle, if you have the right mentor, you take the amount of action, if you put the work in. And so, that's what I'm working towards. This video is hopefully valuable to you guys. It's valuable to me because I do this. I create content to not only, inspire you all, but I create content to remind myself to be a practitioner and sometimes to encourage myself. So sometimes I put out a video, sometimes it's somewhat selfish. Sometimes I'm looking to the camera, having a conversation with me that you guys get to listen in on. Sometimes you got to give yourself a little self-talk, right? And ask yourself, what am I doing? What am I doing in my life? Why am I wasting so much time? Why am I miserable? Why am I not getting the results I want? Ask yourself questions, analyze, and then optimize, make changes, daily changes. You don't have to make a drastic change. That doesn't be nothing crazy overnight. But they said, here's a little point for you, a little tip. You change 1% a day, not a lot, right? Just 1% every day for a whole year. That's 365% better. And that's 300%, not only 365% better of a you, it's 365% better of most of the population, because most people aren't even changing 1% a day. Most people go a whole lifetime without changing, staying narrow, stuck in their old ways, or old mindset, old habits. Guys, I'm sharing this because I believe that literally whatever we want, we can get out of life. And I know it's true. I know it's true. I know it takes putting the work in. Last year, I had 25 subscribers on my channel, and now I'm almost at 6,000. And is 6,000 a really large number? No, but it's a long way from 25, and it's uphill. It's change. It's positive change. It's increase. And that's just a small thing in the speck of things. But I'm grateful for it. It means that there's growth. I'm going to continue to grow. But I just did this video to encourage you guys. And I hope one person got some value out of it. More things are coming to this channel. I'm going to put out some exciting things are coming soon. I know I say that like every video. Stick with me. I got a lot more coming for you guys. More content. I'm here. I love connecting with you guys. I love when I've literally made new friends from YouTube, actual people I've met by found my channel, DM'd me, and these are people I've actually hung out with in person. And that's when it becomes real, is that being able to make real relationships, real connections with people. And it's more than just a name under a YouTube channel or just a name on a comment or a channel name. I like when I actually get to know the person behind the name, whatever. Then it makes things real. That's what the important thing about life to me is. But I appreciate every single one of you guys. And if you're watching this, you never subscribe, please take the time, subscribe, leave a comment, like, follow me on, Instagram, leave me send me an email. Anyway, guys, until next time, I'll see you in the next video. I appreciate it. Once again, love you guys. Peace out.